It is hell being a Cheeto fan. It is absolutely terrible being a Cheeto fan. My prayers to all the Cheeto fans out there. 4 losses in a row, all of them by decision, all of them him just unloading the tank in the 3rd round and doing nothing for the first 2. Thank you, Cheeto. Thank you for making all of our lives hell. He's gotten 4 straight 29-28 decision losses in a row. You're 1 in
Yeah.
5 in your last after like the Sean O'Malley fight. It just has not been the same. It's been terrible
Well,
being a Cheeto fan. I feel bad for all you Cheeto fans out there.
all right. Today we're going to be reviewing UFC 326 for the BMF title. Basically, it's Colin and I today. We're going to be going over all of the main card mostly and some of the other stuff in the MMA news and things of that nature. Colin, how are you doing, bro?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for asking. I'm ready to talk about some UFC, baby. Come on.
Let's fucking do it. All right, cool, man. What I'm going to go ahead and do is quickly just share my screen, and we're going to go over the UFC main card for the Holloway versus Charles Oliveira BMF title. I guess let's start with the top up here. Max Holloway being the BMF champion. He just fought Dustin Poirier, one of your favorite fighters as well. And Charles Oliveira just had that win over, was it Mateusz Gamrot recently?
Yes, it was Mateus Gamrot. That's funny enough. I'm actually wearing the Poirier shirt right now. I got the full violence, all that. But this fight, very interesting. It's a very interesting fight. And I was reviewing some tape last night. I was watching how Oliveira fights mainly striker. I'll rewatching the stuff, and I think he has a problem with volume strikers. If you rewatch that Poirier fight before Poirier got submitted in the 3rd round, the 1st round he was getting dominated. He was not being able to handle the volume that Poirier was given. And then you take a look at the Justin Gaethje fight. Yes, Oliveira again submitted, but they were both rocking each other back and forth. So if you take the most volume striker in the entire UFC, besides maybe Joshua Van, but I'm still leaning Holloway, just pummeling him down for 5 rounds. I don't think there's any way this goes to decision. I think Max gets him out in 3.
Yeah, especially with that BMF title fight against Justin Gaethje, I thought Max looked really, really good. Like his like legs and stuff like that, and quads and all that stuff looked like he just looked very like lean in that fight, and like I felt like it suited him more in that BMF title fight to be at 155. I guess like a lot of people are questioning like takedown defense and stuff like that, which I think is like kind of ironic because he fought like other like he did pretty well with Brian Ortega. And Charles Oliveira, I noticed he does do really good in the pocket, and he's like been training apparently for that 10-second point down moment as well if it gets to that. Yeah, I mean, what are your thoughts on the whole like situation with the takedown defense, Max Holloway?
That is the most concerning part. If Max can hold up his defense, not let Oliveira get to his back, he will win, and I think he's going to win by knockout. But also, I would not be surprised if Oliveira, trudges through, gets that submission, if he takes his back, it's over. I don't see Max Holloway getting out of any chokes, any submissions. If Oliveira gets to his back, Holloway just needs to lay there and just lose the round. He just guard as much as you can, like Poirier did in round 2 when he fought him, of Poirier Oliveira. But yeah, if Oliveira gets on him, just take the L, take the round, just try to survive, get back up to your feet. Holloway has to win on the feet, and I think he can do it. But yeah, especially since Oliveira's chin just got cracked. I mean, he got knocked out for the first time against, of course, Ilia Topuria, which it's kind of hard to not get knocked out by Ilia Topuria. But the last time we saw a volume striker fight Oliveira, he got chinned. Max Holloway is one of the best strikers to ever live, so I think I'm gonna lean Holloway.
Yeah, not only that, but I think like Max's cardio is really good. And then to see like Oliveira like crumble the way he did with that fight, like that was crazy, dude. But I was gonna ask you, I don't know, I've been thinking about this recently. I don't know if you feel like the same way, but if you were to put like Volkanovski's like basically resume against like Max Holloway's resume because he like fought him 3 times and lost to him 3 times, like what do you think? I think Max Holloway's actually got a better resume now at this point because he's fought like Poirier, he's fought like Justin with his last 2 fights, basically.
Are you claiming that Volk does not have a better resume than Max?
I'm not saying like I don't want to disrespect Volk because I love Volk, but
no. Just let me hear it. Let me hear it. Let me hear you say it.
Yeah, no, I just think like Max has like arguably got a better resume. I mean, he fought like Volk fought like what's his name, Diego Lopez the last 2 times. He just didn't have any footwork, right? Which was like freaking stupid because he had that first fight with Volkanovski and he couldn't figure out how to do the footwork properly. And then he wasn't able to like win that second fight. And a lot of people talk about it and like it just fight IQ really. And like even Aljamain kind of hit on it too. He's like, dude, like Diego Lopez could have won that second fight. He arguably did better in the first fight than he did in the second fight, ironically, right? So I don't know. I just feel like, and even, and it's also weird because like Volkanovski recently just said, with Mighty Mouse Johnson, he was like, oh, like, bro, if I would have lost that fight, I would have, I did consider retiring. And so I'm like, oh, that's interesting. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, after the two knockouts that Volkanovski had, I mean, Max arguably only had one knockout, and I think even though he did lose to like Volkanovski, that second fight I thought was very, very close. I still do think like Volkanovski won all those three fights basically, and I think rightfully so. But like, still, I don't know. And then like also he fought at lightweight and he couldn't. I mean, he did a really good. He had a really good fight with Islam Makhachev in that first fight, in my opinion. But that second fight, obviously coming on short notice, he didn't do it too well.
Okay, all right. So Volkanovski has only lost to the arguable two top five guys in UFC history. He lost to the only pound for pound number one fighter in Islam Makhachev and the pound for pound number two, Ilia Topuria. He beat everyone else. Everyone else he's fought. He beat Max 3 times. He beat Aldo twice. He beat Brian Ortega, Yair Rodriguez twice. I mean, his resume is insane. He was the pound for pound number one for a very long time. Volk definitely has it. Now, here's the interesting question. Here, I'm gonna spin it back on you if we're talking legacies. Does Max Holloway have a better resume than Khabib if he beats Oliveira here? Because let's see. He will beat Poirier, Gaethje, and Oliveira, while Khabib would have beaten Poirier, Gaethje, and I'm blanking on his third win. Oh, this is embarrassing. Oh, of course, yeah, Connor. So would you argue that? And then, of course, he beat like Michael Johnson and some other lesser ranked guys at the time. But if Max gets this win here, does he have a better lightweight ranking than Khabib?
Well, I think Max already has a better like a better resume altogether than Khabib. I don't know if you saw like on Fight Society, his YouTube channel, Ayat, the guy there. He like breaks down like Khabib's like early record and shows that like basically all those fights are pretty much um like made of like bouts
Hands.
from Russia. So like they're all fake essentially. I mean, he did still actually have the fights, but it wasn't like an actual MMA fight. It was like it wasn't in an octagon. It was like on a flat mat, like as if you're doing
Yeah,
wrestling.
his fighting guys are like 2-8 for his
Yeah,
dad for a very long time. And then of course, he never lost when he got to the UFC, but like,
yeah, yeah.
his resume isn't as like if he stayed for another like 2-3 years, who knows if he keeps that undefeated record because he's about to have to fight Oliveira or fight Islam if he wanted. He'd probably move up before he fought Islam would probably move up before he fought Khabib, but
Yeah.
you'd fight guys like Oliveira. You'd have to fight guys again like Max Holloway when he would eventually move up. He never got that Ferguson fight. I mean, back when Tony Ferguson was Tony Ferguson, before the double weight cut and before the ACL tear, he pulled out 5 times. We never got that full fight. So again, who knows? But I think let's transition back to 326. This is honestly my 50-50 fight of the entire card. Kyle Borralho versus Reinier de Ridder. Who do you have?
Okay, for me, I really liked Reinier de Ridder, especially before like the last Brandon Ellen fight. I thought that he was gonna win that fight, and I thought he was gonna be like I thought he was gonna get the title fight. To be honest with you, I thought he was gonna win that fight, get the title fight, and he was gonna fight Hazab Chimaev, if that guy ever fights.
Yeah.
Kyle Borralho, like I thought he was really, really good too. And so it's like weird because both of these guys, right? So like I don't remember who Kyle. Oh, what's his name? Imavov, right? He fought Imavov last.
Yeah, he lost to Imavov.
Yeah, like when I saw him like in that fight, I was like, bro, I thought you had a better fight IQ than that. And then obviously with Ryder de Ridder, I think he's just cutting way too much weight in my opinion. So this one's kind of like difficult for me to pick. But if I had to really choose, I think Kyle Borralho, just because he probably has that ground game defense against like Ryder de Ridder because he's a Brazilian guy as well, and because his like that what's the name of their thing? Their
Fighting nerds. The fighting
the fighting
nerds.
nerd, yeah. I just think that like his teammate Gene Silva came in with a win after his first loss. I think Kyle Borralho is going to come back with a win. Even what's the other guy? Mauricio Rufy.
Mauricio Rufy.
Yeah,
Yes.
even though he's not. Yeah,
And
yeah. I
Carlos
think
Prates. That rounds out the four. But
Yeah,
yeah, I'm also leaning Caio. I'm 100% also leaning Caio. I didn't like how Reinier kind of gave up on the stool against Brendan Allen. I mean, I'm not a fighter, so I'm not going to claim like I know what it feels like, but I like rewatching some of those fights. I like how Caio can deal with the wrestler. I mean, look back to his Paul Craig fight. As soon as Paul Craig got down to wrestle, he just stood back up. Nope, nope, on the feet. Come on. He knows not to, he has the fighting IQ to not tangle with these guys that are going to bring him down and smudge him. I think he's also big enough to handle Reinier de Ritter's takedowns. He can smudge him off. He has good takedown defense. Can, believe it or not, UFC fighter does have jujitsu skills. I think Borralho can take down de Ritter if he outlasts those first 2 rounds. I think he can possibly even finish him. KO in round 3 is speaking to me. I do like de Ritter, but I think Borralho is very underrated, and I think he's going to take him down.
yeah, I saw his Contender Series fight. I thought it was so awesome. Then going into that after that Contender Series fight, just seeing him go through like all the fights that he had up until his loss in the UFC, I thought it was really sick to watch him. The way he like rose up and like basically the same thing with Reinier de Ridder. I don't know. I don't know if you watched like that fight with I'm blanking on the name right now. Who's the one that Reinier de Ridder just like won to that was like a big Bo Nickel? I think
Yeah, no, he did Bo Nickel dirty.
yeah, I think
Yeah,
Kyle
he
Bahausen did that to Reinier de Ridder, to be honest.
all right, a
Yeah.
little reversal there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Ohio's good, man. I think the fighting nerds lost a lot of hype after they all lost right in the same period. Each one of them lost a fight right in that range, but they're gonna get it back. I mean, all of them except Kyle has won a fight after, and it's Kyle's up next. I think the fighting nerds plot armor is really gonna win here, and yeah, I'm taking Kyle by KO in round 3. Put it down on
Yeah,
your
round
desk slip
3?
right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Alright, should we go into the next one? Rob Font versus Raul Rosas Jr.
Yeah. Who do you got for it?
Okay, I saw that who did Rob Font fight that he just won to, recently? Who was that guy, that striker that was, like, really, really good? Let's see if we can click on him real quick.
Yeah,
His
yeah, yeah.
last fight,
David,
not
he
Martinez.
lost to David Martinez.
Yeah,
And he
he
just
lost
beat
to
G Matsumoto.
let me see if I can click on here.
Yeah, yeah, it's Matsumoto
No, so I'm trying to look
right there.
for, it was a different guy, but I can't remember his name for some reason. Anyways,
That's okay.
yeah. But Rob Font, like, I think he was on a fight skid that during that time, and then he won against him, and I was like, "Oh, damn." And when he won against him, I was like, "Okay, this guy's pretty good." I don't know. I don't think Raul Rosas Jr.'s like striking is really that good, to be honest with you. I don't know if he's like improved it. I mean, he hasn't really fought for a year now at this point, so I don't know what improvements he's made. But it seems like he's more into like TikToking at the moment versus like training for his fights and stuff like that. So I don't know how well he's gonna do in this fight, and I'd be interested to see. Although I do think that fight with because Rob Font's like from Calvin Cater's like fight camp, right? So I do think like looking at that fight with Aljamain Sterling and Calvin Cater, like if Raul Rosas Jr. does get to his back or does grapple him and get to him, I think he can possibly submit him. But this one's kind of up in the air for me. I'm hoping Raul Font gets it, to be honest with you. But I wouldn't be mad if Raul Rosas Jr. gets it because I do like him as well.
I also think Unk still got it. I think Rob Font's going to show he's going to crafty vet decision Raul Rojas Jr. I think it's too much of a jump for him. I don't think he should be near the rankings right now. I can't name a guy who's like really fought and that impressed me. So I'm leaning Rob Font here by crafty vet decision. I think Rojas Jr. just needs to sit back, wait, fight 2, 3 guys after this. Maybe he gets like a Garbrandt fight if Cody Garbrandt wins after this. That'd be a fun fight. But yeah, I think Chiwiwis is not getting this done. I'm gonna have Rob Font by decision.
Raul Font by decision. Okay. Yeah, I think he's got a good like striking repertoire and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just interesting to see because like I don't know with Raul Rosas Jr. This one's gonna really like I think you kind of said it the way I'm thinking about it as well as I think it's a little bit too soon for him to fight in the rankings. I still think he should be fighting like up tier of like the top 20 to be honest,
Yeah.
and let him develop a little bit more. Right, like why put him in the rankings now and then he has to fight more ranked fighters and he can also get out of the ranking again. But he has this idea that he's gonna win 2 title fights by the age of 25, and I think he's like 20 or 21 at the moment.
Yeah,
So
he's
we'll
like
see
my
how it
age.
goes.
Yeah, it's crazy. I say
Yeah,
give him like a Basharat bro after this. I mean, they cut one of them, but give him like Fareed Basharat after this, or again Garbrandt, or what like Damon Blackshear. One of these like out of the rankings
Yeah.
bantamweights, but still close to it. I think that he'll have a much better time and he can actually develop and see his skills. I think Rob Font's just too much for him at this moment. But if he does win, great. Absolutely fantastic. Love to see it. New star in the making. Uh, Yay for Rojas, but no, Rob Font's gonna crafty vet him up,
Who do you,
switch stances at range, and just take him out.
yeah. I was gonna ask you, who do you think Rob Font gets matched up with if he wins this fight afterwards?
What's his rank right now? Like he's
Number
right at the
13?
bottom. It's like number 13. Maybe the loser of that Josh Emmett fight. If you fight Kevin Vallejos or no, that's featherweight. What am I talking about? That's featherweight.
That's
That
me, yeah.
bantamweight. I don't know, man. Maybe like
Payne Talbot?
Talbot's deserves something a bit higher than that. Maybe like a Montel Jackson, the guy that just fought Peter Yan, like the number 15. Um,
Oh, what about like Mario Batista?
I think Bautista's too much for him too. I'd
Good for him,
rather
yeah.
Talbot fight Batista than Font. No, but I think we'll maybe we come back to this one after the win, and we'll drop another video after that talking about the matchups.
Yeah, sounds good. Okay, next one is a Drew Dober fight versus Michael Johnson. I really like this fight, to be honest with you.
Oh, it's a
I like
banger.
Drew Dober, but I just think, Michael Johnson's right now on a 3-fight win streak, which I really, really like. And Drew Dober seems to make interesting decisions at times, to be honest with you. I do think for some reason that Michael Johnson is going to get this win, but he's kind of like one of those hot, like those, what's that guy's name that we were talking about? The 45-70.
Ah, yeah, Kevin Allen.
Yeah, I guess he's kind of like Kevin Holland because sometimes he does show up, sometimes he doesn't. I mean, he's been showing up more consistently more recently. But yeah, I mean, I would love. I mean, the last time he was on a 3-fight win streak, I think was a while ago. And then he hasn't really been on one. And this is probably his second one, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, what are your thoughts on this matchup?
So we all know the jokes about Drew Dober and what he does to turn off the body cam. Drew Dober, Officer Drew Dober. We all know what he does to minorities, but all the jokes. But I think Michael Johnson's gonna break the streak, man. You're right, 3-fight win streak. He looked great against Daniel Zahuber, which that win is aging a bit worse now
Or at
because
least,
he just got slimed out by Bobby Green. But
yeah,
Drew Dober looked kind of just against Kyle Prepelec, who got signed off the regional scene. He also got a BSD victim from that Canada card, if you remember that. And that was Drew Dober's latest win. I don't like it. I think Michael Johnson's gonna take him out round 1, round 2 finish, knockout, and then I think he's been calling for that BMF fight. That's gonna be a bit too much for him, but I do think he'll deserve a ranked fight if he wins this one. Give him like when Benil Dariush, God rest his name, when he gets slimed out by Manuel Torres and on that Miami card. I think you give him Dariush after this.
yeah, that's an interesting fight actually too. But yeah, looking at his reach right now, Michael Johnson's reach, I feel like the main thing is he's had to stay off that fence, right? That back fence. If 'Cause I know it's like I don't know if you noticed this as well, but I feel like Drew Dober likes to get people up against the fence, and then he tries to knock them out, basically. So that's kind of the way I see it. But, I think if he can keep that distance and keep that that distance management, he can really do well.
Yeah, I mean, Michael Johnson's at a point of his career where I don't think he's trying to like point fight or just work on that distance. I think he's gonna get right up in Drew Dober's face and just swing in the pocket. Just I don't think he's gonna really be too calculated. He's just gonna empty the gas tank in round 1, and I think he's gonna knock him out.
Drew Dober, you think he's gonna knock Drew Dober out with going up at, like that's interesting. You say that. See, I think the opposite of that. The only reason I say that though is just because I don't like. I think Drew Dober can knock him out if he really hits him cleanly on the chin. You know.
I mean, he is old. He's like 39. I mean, it's possible that the chin is broken, but I think Mike. I I have a hard time seeing Drew Dober get this win. I really do. I think Michael Johnson's just gonna flatline him in round 1. I think he's just gonna empty the clip, get a 3-piece combination, and Drew Dober gets sent to the Shadow Realm after this one.
All right, let's go into the next one. So Bruno Ferreira versus Gregory Rodrigues. Both are from Brazil, interesting enough. Gregory Rodrigues, I think, is also on a win streak as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he's on a 2-fight win streak.
Yeah. And Bruno Ferreira, do you remember if he has a win streak as well?
Yeah, he's on a a little win streak. He just beat Marvin Vettori by decision. But
I don't like.
I'm gonna lean for the president, Mr. Obama here. Gregory Rodrigues is going to win this one by knockout. Another finish. I mean, it's BMF card. There's gonna be a lot of finishes, but yeah, I mean, he's looked he has improved a lot since the Cannonier fight. He knows how to do it. He is older and he is more prone to injury. I mean, you've looked back at that Hermanson fight. He was getting cut up easily, but the power in that left hand is insanity. I'm gonna take him to finish him by. I'm gonna take round 2. I'm gonna say round 2 finish. He's gonna download the data. He's gonna wait and just be patient in the first round. Then he's gonna unload a left hand that's just gonna send him out.
Yeah. Yeah. Do these guys have rankings?
Yeah, they should be ranked. Yeah, like 13, 14.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. 15 and 13 and 15. Yeah. I don't know. It's kind
13,
of weird that
15, yeah.
Bruno Ferreira is kind of ranked, to be honest with you. I never thought he would
Yeah,
be like a ranked.
he just got it off Vittori. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's but man, Vittori should have. I thought he would have won that. I thought going into that fight, I thought he was going to win, but no, I mean,
But Vittori
when you
to me is
realize your
kind of
goat
like
is washed.
Vittori to me is kind of like Cheeto Vera. He's kind of a frustrating fighter to watch. It's like you want to see him like move forward, and he just plots and plots and plots and plots, and he doesn't ever fucking like just go for the haymaker. I've seen him do a little bit more in the Izzy fights, I thought, but like even then, I don't know. I think his best defense is his head, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he has an iron chin, man. It's so unfortunate to see him lose like this. Like, there's a lot of fights he should have been winning, especially against this Ferreira fight, but I guess not. Maybe we'll see him back in the rankings. Maybe it's done for Vittori, but yeah. Anyways, I still got RoboCop by finish round 2. And I don't think Ferreira's ready for it. Ready for the power that Gregory Rodrigues brings.
Yeah. Yeah, what was Gregory Rodrigues' last fight? I forgot.
Kopylov, Roman Kopylov.
But dude, Kopylov is a great fighter too. I actually thought Kopylov would have had that fight.
Yeah, you'd think. You'd think.
Hey, dude, did you hear about the rumors about Islam Makhachev possibly fighting Michael Morales?
Yeah, man. And a lot of people are gonna be upset with me, but I'm gonna make my claim here, I'm gonna make my stand. I am an Ian Garry defender, an Ian Garry fan. I think he deserves the title shot. I think he's the best chance to beat Islam Makhachev. I am fully on the Ian Garry hype train.
No.
Fully
No,
on. Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck Ian Garry, first of all. Second of all, he's a cuck.
What?
Third of all, he's such a boring fighter, bro. He just doesn't know how to like bite down. It's like he wants to just move all the way around and basically go on a bicycle the entire fight. He's not there to actually fight. He's there to like play a tic-tac game with defense and all this bullshit.
He's here to win. I mean, so would you rather have
He's a
that, or would
competitor,
you
he's not a
rather have
fighter.
someone smudge decision you the entire time? I mean, he's using his distance. He can mix in the wrestling and the striking. He outstruck Carlos Prates for 4.5 rounds, and he's not entertaining. Yeah, he was putting hands on him. What are we talking about? Just because his out of the ring antics may upset people does not make him not a good fighter. And I don't want to hear the narrative. I don't want to hear it.
No, you're right. You're right. He is a good fighter, but I just don't like him as a fan. Like, I'm just not a fan of his, to be honest with you. But like, even that Carlos Prates fight with him and Ian, like, that was such a boring fight until the very end where Carlos Prates almost knocked him out. And even then, he looked like he was on all fours, just like crawling towards the fence. Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, are you there to
got
fight?
caught. He got caught. I mean, it happens. Here, let's just back to Islam versus Morales.
I think that's
We've already seen this fight. We saw him fight JDM, and he's just going to smudge him for 25 minutes, and Morales is not going to be able to do anything.
No, I disagree.
Yes, he's big, but it's not enough.
No, but he's not just big, bro. He's also got like a background in like grappling and stuff like that as well. His mom was actually a wrestling some sort of like judo coach or something like that, something of that nature. So he's got a really good understanding.
You think Morales is gonna? You think Morales is gonna have better grappling than Ian Garry against Islam Makhachev, who's training in Georgia to get even better?
Ian Garry's like, bro. Ian Garry's had like 3 rear naked chokes. He couldn't even fucking finish them. Like that's really true. And then also like he fought against like MVP and he just didn't want to be on the feet, so he just did like the whole wrestling thing. He didn't even look that good, in my opinion. He didn't look that good.
It's game planning. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be I wouldn't want to be on the feet against MVP either. Yeah, you're gonna use your wrestling. You're gonna use your wrestling against one of the best strikers in the division. Yeah, I mean that's just smart game planning. It might not come out as the most entertaining fights, but he's fighting to win. Yeah, that's just smart. Not every fighter's going to be this dynamic striker. Not everyone's going to be Carlos Prates. Not everyone's going to be that entertaining. Sometimes you're just going to have a guy who's going to mix in the striking, mix in the wrestling. It may not be the most entertaining fight, but it's a dominant fight.
Okay, but then all the other thing I don't like about him too is he wants to be like Conor McGregor, right? The second coming of the Irish or whatever the case is, right? Bro, he is not as entertaining as Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor was super entertaining up until like his whole rise and like going into like all his fights, and he was fucking knocking people out that he should have not even won to. It was, I mean, look at that
Yeah,
Jose Aldo fight, like boom.
he's just trying to sell the fight. He's trying to sell Ireland versus Russia too. That's all it is. He knows that he's not Conor McGregor. We know he's not Conor McGregor. But
Can't believe you like him, bro.
what else? He's trying to sell Conor versus Khabib too. That's all it is. That's all he's not trying to claim that he's Mystic Mac. He's not like this dynamic striker like Conor McGregor was. No, we all know what's up. And I'm excited for Ian Garry to win. It's gonna be close. I think he could do it. He has the range. He has the wrestling. He has the striking to keep up. But Islam's a dog, man. But I think Ian Garry, regardless win or lose, Islam Makhachev is going to do much better against Michael Morales than he would Ian Garry.
Let's see how that ages, because I don't think so.
Yeah, you can flame me in the comments if you want, but you can rip me apart in the comments if you want. I will stand my ground. Ian Garry would win that fight. Just come at me. Come at me.
Wait, so real quick, so did you see the Ian Garry tweet recently where he goes, this guy's like, the pound for pound and he needs more time, quote unquote, and he's like really upset. And then whatever that terrorist name is again, I forgot, Ali Abdelaziz or whatever his name is. Yeah, bro, he wrote afterwards, he goes, oh, we have some like fight news coming soon, and like Ian's not a part of it. And then he said something big, so I thought it was gonna be like against GSP, to be honest with you, or something like that, like a really cool fight.
It's gonna be Ali Abdelaziz wants a Kamaru Usman fight so he can get paid twice because he manages Usman as well. That's what he wants. That's what Ali wants. That's what his pocket wants. That's what his wallet wants. And he's going to do everything in his power to avoid someone like Ian Garry who can actually give Islam a competitive fight. I mean, he tried to duck Ilya, and now, of course, now that he won, he wants that fight again. But he wants it to be at 170. Ilya's 5'7". He's not going to he's going to take the fight, but it's not going to be as competitive as it would be a lightweight. Regardless, Ali Abdelaziz is a duck, and he makes his fighters duck, and he wants his fighters to fight his fighters. They want infighting so he can get double paid. So he's going to duck the rightful number one contender. Yeah, that's all it is. It's unfortunate. And if it's true that it's Michael Morales, like Dana White did say that fight was going to be the title fight before Sean Brady and Michael Morales fought, but he was probably leaning that Sean Brady was just going to smudge him and win.
Yeah.
But if Dana gives it to him, it is what it is. But I think Ian Garry is the rightful number one contender.
Well, Islam Makhachev just actually shut it down. I was just looking at my phone right now. Islam Makhachev actually shut down the fight with Michael Morales. So it sounds like that's not next. But that's interesting then, because I wonder who could be
Kamaru.
next.
It's going to be
I
Kamaru
don't want
Usman.
Kamaru, bro.
No one wants Kamaru. No one wants Kamaru Usman to get that fight. He's 1-3. He smudged Joaquin Buckley, one of the most entertaining welterweights on the planet, to a decision. 1-3 does not equal title fight. He's ranked 8. He's number 8. He should be fighting like the winner of or the loser of JDM versus Prates, or the loser of the winner of Buckley versus Brady, or God forbid Bilal Muhammad. Just give him the Bilal fight. That'd be interesting. They're both, Bilal just lost 2. Kamaru's on 1. They're ranked somewhat near the same. Make that fight. And they hate each other. If Sean Shelby, Mick Maynard, Dana White, if you're listening, make that fight instead of giving him the title fight, because no one wants to see that shit.
Dude, I want to see that Bilal fight so bad, and I want to see that footage of the quote unquote the podcast where he got really upset and stuff like that and made him cry. Bro, I want to see that so bad. That Bilal fight is like the fight to make to me, in my opinion. But bro, if they don't give him Ian Garry, right? Let's say for Islam Makhachev, if they don't give him Ian Garry, if they don't give him Kamaru Usman, if they don't give him Michael Morales, who are they gonna give him? Like, I don't get that part.
There's no one else to give. There's no one else to give. I mean, if you're not going to give to your rightful number one contender in Ian Garry, or at least rightful number, are we waiting for Shavkat to undig himself out of his grave? I mean, he got removed from the rankings. He's probably close to retirement. Thanks, Ian. But it's Shavkat's not fighting anytime soon. So why are we waiting? And of course we are waiting for Ramadan to be over for Islam to fight again, because that would be disrespectful to have someone fight someone the caliber of Islam during Ramadan. And Ian said he wouldn't fight him during Ramadan too. He made that abundantly clear on his Instagram that he would not fight Islam on Ramadan to give him the best shot at winning. So he's not taking a Ramadan fight. He's not taking fight anytime soon. I don't know what the holdup is,
I
but
think it's the
it's
international fight
crazy,
week
man.
that he would be fighting, to be honest with you, in regards to Islam Makhachev. But there's also rumors about Conor McGregor fighting on that fight as well, or that fight card. So that's interesting. Which I don't think it would be them two against each other at all.
We're bringing back Mystic Mac for Islam fight. I'm sorry, Connor, but no, no.
Although actually, to be fair, that fight would actually really fucking sell. To be honest with you.
Yeah, it would sell. It'd be great until Islam subs him in 2 minutes because the amount of ring rust would be insane. It's not. That's not the fight to make. We want rightful contenders. We want good matchmaking. We don't just need. I mean, of course, the people at Paramount are just going to put the two people that make the most money for them, like that Patty Gaethje fight. But at welterweight, I don't know any other name besides Michael Morales or Ian Garry. We have fights in the waiting like Buckley versus Brady, if you want to put one of those in the contention once that happens, or if you want to make that Bilal versus or JDM versus Prates, if you want to make that fight, if you want to give Carlos Prates a title shot after if he beats JDM.
Bro, I just figured it out. Remember? Okay,
What?
so basically on Ariel Helwani's show, Arman Tsarukyan was on there. He goes, "Oh, I can get a title fight," and he goes, "Oh, which title fight?" And he goes, "Any title fight." So he goes, "Oh, is it featherweight? Is it like BMF title? Is it like lightweight?" But bro, now they said that they're gonna like Abdeli Sleaze or whatever his name is. I said that they're gonna do it against like someone big, and I think arguably Arman Tsarukyan is way big now. I don't know if you looked at his followers on Instagram. He's
Yeah, he's
really, really
huge.
big in
He's
terms of his
huge.
height.
He's had a generational media run.
Yeah, so bro, what if they did Arman Tsarukyan? Because I would love to see that fight. To be completely transparent, I would love to see that fight against Islam Makhachev. Him at 170 against Islam, Arman Tsarukyan, dude. How cool would that be?
Yeah, it would have been really cool at lightweight. Stay in your division. Stay in your division. No one wants to see you out of shape, not looking good against Islam. Both of them, if you want to come back, do it at 155. Do it at 155. Or, God forbid, fight Ilya Taporia, like you should be fighting. Thanks, Dana. But German should not go up to 170. If he wants to do a title fight going down, he should go down and fight Volk. I'd like that fight a lot more. But it's just stay
I
in your
think
division lane, stay in your lane.
I think Arman and Islam are really big though for like 155ers. So I think going up would make more sense to me than them going down. And I think for Arman as well, I think yeah, obviously he can get that fight because he said in there like he probably get a title fight around September time, which means in my head that they're gonna give the fight to Topuria and Justin Gaethje pretty soon. And then once they do that fight, whoever wins that fight, they'd probably give it over to Arman Tsarukyan. But I mean, in my opinion, dude, if they give that fight to Arman Tsarukyan with Islam Makhachev, I think that'd be really, really cool to see. But if not, then like, yeah, I think, yeah, I mean, that's the only thing I could think of. But speaking of Arman Tsarukyan, bro, what about that whole, I don't know if you saw the RAF thing this weekend, what happened?
I'm somewhat in the loop. I mean, I saw that there were some eye pokes and some finger grabs, but I'm not a wrestler. My dad wrestled, stepdad wrestled, like wrestling family. I did not. I don't know what's going on when I see it. Like I barely know the scoring. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. But yeah, I saw some eye pokes. I saw some finger grabs that may or may not be legal, but just going up and punching him and causing a brawl is insanity. I mean, this is why you didn't get the title shot, Armin. The behavior is not acceptable. Whether you like a guy or not, if you want to fight him in the ring, fight him in the cage, fight him for money. You're losing money. Don't fuck up the money. That's my number one motto. Don't fuck up the money. You got to stay in line, stay in your path, stay in your lane, buddy. If you want to fight someone in the cage. Don't beat up some fitness influencer. What are we doing, man? And as for Giorgio, I think his name is the guy he fought. Keep it clean. You know what this guy. You know the people he's aligned with. You know what kind of guy he is. Don't poke the bear because Arman Tsarukyan don't play that shit. He's going. If you try to cheat him, he'll kick your ass. And I know damn well you don't. You do not fight as well as Arman. You will lose that 10 out of 10. Wrestling was the only fair comparison. Arman Tsarukyan will kill you if you do that shit again. Also, I saw that he dropped out of that submission only bout that they were going to do, and he says if the only way they're going to fight again is on RAF2, if they rematch, which I'd love to see. I'd love to tune in. That'd be huge. But I think you should just done the submission bout, man. Just keep the wrestling.
Yeah, I love everything you said there. Personally, I think they should do the RAF too, run it back again. But going back to what you said in the beginning, like I'm being completely like transparent. I think Armin like has every right to do and react the way he did. As you know, like Armin is already a hothead. I think George did it on like purpose as well. I think he did it like intentionally to get clout because he's a clout chaser. Like just to be really transparent, like he's definitely a clout chaser. And he even said like I appreciate it that God gave me this opportunity to, become this big and have this whole big thing happen. But I think in 3 or 4 weeks, we don't even remember this shit, to be honest with you. But for now, I think, right, like, I think Arman Tsarukyan was right to do what he did. And I didn't like I didn't like I didn't like the logic that Armin gave on like the Ariel Hawani show, where he goes, "Oh, I think the UFC would like it because I'm showing the UFC fighters are really really good." I don't think that's like appropriate, but I think he had every right to go ahead and like yeah, hit him because the guy didn't like poke him and just like grab his fingers or anything. He fucking like he didn't even like they said like, oh, you can club to grab like the neck and stuff like that. He
Yeah,
didn't really club
you
him.
can
He
play
kind of
hand
slapped him
fight.
really.
You can hand fight with each other, but he was hitting the head.
Yeah,
He was hitting
yeah.
on
He
him,
was.
which he shouldn't have been doing. But
Uh,
I don't think it justifies a violent outburst of that manner. Like, you got to keep it clean, especially when the money's there. If you're getting paid thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, man, just keep it clean, brother. Just keep it clean. Don't lose sponsors over some guy rage baiting you. It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
yeah,
Don't fuck up the money.
at the end of the day, like Arman Tsarukyan's a fighter, right? Like, and he's doing a wrestling match with this guy who he doesn't even know. And this guy also, like, just to be fair, like, I think George would have actually won if he didn't get those penalty points taken away because he did take him down. And even the takedown that Arman Tsarukyan got against him was technically like a push out or whatever they want to call it. So I still think Arman Tsarukyan obviously deserved that takedown and stuff like that. But I don't know. I just feel like devil's avocado. I think Arman Tsarukyan was okay to do what he did. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't uh like encourage him doing that, but like I don't yeah, I don't think I would discourage him if he did it already.
Yeah, no, it's honestly just run it back, give me the rematch, I'll tune in, or like put it on Karate Combat, put it on RAF. I don't care. Just make sure I can see it. I'd love to see it. Yeah, RAF's been popping off. I love to see it. Yeah, I like the local shows. Hell yeah.
Have you watched any of those actual like full on shows, REF shows?
I haven't seen RAF. I'm more tuned into like Karate Combat for my
Okay.
different different styles of just the UFC. I'll watch Karate Combat.
Nice, nice. Yeah, did you see Colby Covington? He basically called out like Kamaru Usman. I think he even called Hazab Chimaev and some other fighter as well, and basically do a wrestling match.
Well, that's Colby's base, right? I mean, that's his like
Yeah,
he was a college
bread and butter.
wrestler, JUCO guy, if I'm not mistaken. Like that's his bread and butter, so I don't see why he wouldn't want to do that. Also, Colby, brother, where have you been? We need a UFC fight, man. Forget RAF. We need you back in the octagon. We need to get slimed out one more time so we can end that contract, then do your RAS stuff, man. Come back. Come
Yeah,
back.
yeah. He lost that last fight to Joaquin Buckley, and I thought that was an
Yeah,
interesting
he
fight.
sure did. Which was
But
in 2024.
but he also looked really different too. Like in that fight, he looked a lot like in the midsection. He looked a lot heavier, in my opinion.
Yeah, because I mean, he's getting older. He's chilling on the beach and not eating when he's supposed to be eating. Yeah, I'm sure the nutrition plan's not what it used to be when he was fighting Kamaru. I don't know.
Yeah,
Colby, come back,
yeah,
brother. We miss you.
yeah, for sure. Anything
White
else,
House
bro?
card. Oh yeah, you want to make a prediction for the White House card? Apparently, it's going to get announced next week.
Dude, I heard it's gonna get canceled.
Really?
Yeah, because of the whole Iran thing.
Yeah, that would make sense. That would make sense. I mean, yeah, I hope it's here because I just want to see some banger fights, man. I don't want to get like overly political. I just want to see some banger fights, man. That's all I'm here
Yeah,
for.
yeah. Well, I watched the interview with Peter Yan yesterday on Ariel Hawani's show, and he was saying, "Oh, let's do the fight with Sean O'Malley on the White House card, and then let's do it in the red. I think he called it the Red Square or something like that in like Russia against someone else
Yeah,
over there as well." And I was like, "Oh, that's kind of a cool idea," but I don't think they'd ever do that in Russia. Speaking of
UFC Russia would be kick ass though. I'll say
UFC
that much.
Russia,
UFC Russia would be kick ass.
yeah, it would be dope. What does it say to you? What about like the last weekend's fight, the UFC Mexico? I don't know if you
But yeah,
watched it.
let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to see some of it. I was working, so I was kind of like in and out. I did get to catch the main card though.
You know what's really cool, real quick? Is just like on those fights, bro. Like that was like a really cool fight card that we could have had at UFC Houston because there was just knockout after knockout after knockout, and I was like, I wish this had happened at UFC Houston. It would have been super like more exciting. Because like for example, when I go into the Austin UFC fight, that was like Calvin Kattar against like who's that other guy? Calvin Kattar against like the one that's gonna be fighting
Arnold Allen.
no the one that's fighting Vallejo soon.
Gosh, I
Yeah. Yeah, it was Calvin Kattar versus Josh Emmett, bro. And that fight card, like everybody had like gotten knocked out at that fight card, and the energy there was so fucking exciting. So that's why I was like, yeah, for UFC Houston, I was kind of hoping that would happen as well.
Yeah, we saw a lot of decisions. A lot of decisions.
Well, I remember sitting next to your dad, and I was like, oh, bro, like this is, I'm getting, I want to do something else. Like, yeah, yeah. I was just waiting, and then it was funny because that one fight that we did skip when we went to go use the restroom and get some stuff and food and stuff like that is the one fight that there was a submission.
Yeah, I caught the end of that. I actually got to see that submission. I
Oh,
got
you
there
did?
back fast enough to. Yeah, I got to see Jocelyn Edwards get that submission.
Yeah, so going
But
back to the UFC Mexico card, um, dude, Brandon Moreno versus like what's his name?
Loner Kavanaugh.
Lloyd Kavanaugh.
It's
What did you
it's
think?
so unfortunate. It's so unfortunate. I mean, it was absolute domination. I had it 49-46 Loner. For Mr. Kavanaugh there, and it was just so unfortunate to see Brandon Moreno go on this like what 3-fight losing streak now. It's
No,
like
two fight, two fight.
2-fight.
Yeah, yeah, because
Maybe he's 1-3.
he lost to
He lost
Tatsu
to
Taira.
Tyra. He
Yeah.
did, yeah. But man, he's like what 33. I mean, he still got it, man. It's maybe just all the damage is catching up to him, and he's just not as slick as he used to be, or it's just this next generation of fighters just caught up to him.
Oh yeah,
But
can I tell you what I think it was?
yeah, hit me.
Okay, so back in 20 like I think it was 2019 or 2020, end of 2020 or end of 2021, whatever he had that like run with Davison Figueiredo, and he had that draw fight at the end of the year, and then they did
Yeah,
the uh second matchup afterwards, and then they did the fourth fight and stuff like that. I felt like in those fights, he really showed up. Like really, really showed up. He was really focused and he really like knew what he wanted. And I think he kind of like lost a little bit of self-esteem after he lost that second fight against Davison Figueiredo. And then after that, after he lost against Pantoja. In the Pantoja fight, like I think he showed up, but I think he could have showed up more crisp. And I think Pantoja made a lot of mistakes in that fight that he could have capitalized on, but he didn't. And so I don't know. I don't know if he's really, really that good. I like him as a fan favorite. I fucking love him. I think he's incredible. Like he's so exciting to watch. He's got a great personality. He's really like cheerful as well. I like his energy a lot. But I don't know. I questioned to myself if he was really ever that good technically. Like I do love his fights, and like I did pick him in the last. Like I'm kind of contradicting myself. I did pick him in the last one, but I don't know. What are your thoughts on what I just said?
sorry. I mean, I think Brandon Moreno's always had it, man. He's one of the best in the business. Was one of the best in the business. I think he still is. He's on a rough slump recently. I think that's all it is. He's got to get a get back win against someone good, but he definitely deserves someone a lot lower in the rankings. Someone that's coming up. Another prospect fight. It's maybe I don't know who I'd put him up against. But someone that can get reboost his confidence, make sure he's back to his right Brandon Moreno self, so he can come back and make another one last title run because he's only 33. I mean, he can still do it, but he has to adjust. He got absolutely pieced up on the feet, and we were warned of Loner by Ilya, but yeah, no, I had Brandon Moreno winning this one by
Yeah. So
decision, and he got pieced up. It's unfortunate.
maybe what they could do is they could do that rematch with the Aso Mabayev because that was the one that he was originally supposed to fight against. I think that would make a
Yeah,
lot of sense actually. But the
yeah,
other
it would.
people they have there too is Alex Perez, who's like kind of on a tear at the moment.
That'd
Tim
be a good fight.
Elliott, huh?
I said that'd be a good fight. No,
Yeah,
that would be a good fight.
Alex Perez.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. They have Tim Elliott afterwards, and then they have Steve Ursig. They have that Tagir Ulanbekov, Charles
Tagiris
Johnson.
got beat by. Yeah, there we go. We put him against Gucci Mane. We put Brandon Moreno versus Koji Horiguchi. How about that?
I think he's gonna lose that fight.
Moreno.
Yeah, I want to give him something that he can actually like win. I feel like he can win against like Asam Amabayev or like
He
Alex
could.
Perez. Yeah,
Yeah, Alex Perez is like 8, 9, maybe. So off the top of my head, and
yeah.
Tagir
Alex
just
Perez is
lost
actually
to Koji Horiguchi. So Be something.
Yeah. This flyweight
Yeah,
division is actually looking really good though, by the way. Like
it's
it's looking
so
really
good.
hot. Yeah.
But
I like
I
it.
think for Loner, who we should go against, I think Royval is right there. Brandon Royval versus Loner Kavanaugh. I think that makes a ton of sense. Royval is due for his local prospect fight for the
Well,
year, and I think they would make a war of a fight.
yeah, so Loner Kavanaugh is actually number 6, and then Brandon Royval is number 4 at the moment. So that would make perfect sense
Perfect
in terms
sense.
of like the rankings and stuff like that. Although we all know the rankings don't necessarily matter all the time, but yeah, dude,
That part.
you know what's crazy to me is that that guy who fought from Ryzen and had the title shot, he's not even in the rankings anymore.
He moved up. He's a bantamweight now.
Okay, never mind. I
He's
take
not
that
ranked
back.
at bantamweight, but he's moving into bantamweight. Yeah.
That makes more sense. Yeah, yeah. And then okay, what was that second fight that they had? The co-main event.
It was that was
Bobby
Zell
Green.
Huber versus Bobby Green.
Bro, Zell Hooper is
No,
like
wait,
so disappointing
was that the
to.
co-main?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Oh,
bro,
it
but
was.
let me double check real quick. But I think like that's such a I don't know. It's just like Huber had that fight against Ribovics in like the what was that place called? The
Was it the Spear?
the
Was it no
Spear,
shame?
yeah. And oh no, that wasn't the co-main event. That was the
It was
one
a
prior
feature
to the
fight.
co-main event. But bro,
Yeah.
co-main event like Daniel Zellhuber on the King Green aspect of it. King Green looks so good, bro. And
So
Daniel
good.
Zellhuber is like also a very frustrating fighter to watch, in my opinion, because you can
Yeah.
see he has the talent, he has the skills. He just doesn't seem to after that Rubik fight like be able to show it. I don't know if it's like octagon like shyness or something, but what are
No,
your thoughts?
it's he got paired up against two very crafty vets that will like he just got picked apart. It was his inexperience that showed. I think he still has good potential to make maybe like be like a top 15 fighter, maybe a top 10 fighter. I doubt top 10, but still I think he has the potential to be ranked. He's just got to bounce back from this and maybe fight some. He needs to fight some prospects for. I mean, he is a prospect, but he needs to fight some people on his level. I mean, obviously, the Michael Johnson fight was not for him. Bobby Green was not for him. He needs to fight some. He needs to fight some cans and to rebuild his confidence. And hopefully,
Yeah.
the UFC will do that. But he might just get fed to the wolves again. So who knows?
Yeah.
But Zellhuber, your career is not over. 2 losses does not define you. You can come back and win this. You can come back and still make a run.
I feel like they gave him like 2 layups, so like to like be able to like if he were to win those fights, he would have gotten like a big name and he would have done really well. And that's why I think like it's kind of disappointing that he lost those fights. But bro, speaking of the co-main event, bro, David Martinez versus like Cheeto Vera.
That
Okay, so
was
I was
freaking
tuning.
Cheeto.
Fuck me, man. Cheeto, man. Oh my god. I mean, in the third round, I don't know what your thoughts are on the fight, but in the third round, I was like, "Oh, you finally fucking got him, David Martinez. Go take him the fuck out. Be a
It's
fucking like
it's
sniper."
it is hell being a Cheeto fan. It is absolutely terrible being a Cheeto fan. My prayers to all the Cheeto fans out there. 4 losses in a row, all of them by decision, all of them him just unloading the tank in the third round and doing nothing for the first two. Thank you, Cheeto. Thank you for making all of our lives hell. I think he's gotten 4 straight 29-28 decision losses in a row. You're one in
Yeah.
five in your last after like the Sean O'Malley fight. It just has not been the same. It's been terrible. Terrible being a Cheeto fan. I feel bad for all you Cheeto fans out there.
Well,
You got to
honestly,
do more in the other 2 rounds. You just got to. You can't just sit there and download the data. You're not Peter Yan. You're not ever going to be Peter Yan at this point. You're not going to be able to just sit there and calculate. You have to unload the tank like you do in the third round, but you're not doing shit in the first two, and that's the problem. That's why you lose. It's the Cheeto. This is the Cheeto Vera formula. Get destroyed in the first round. Make round 2 look close, but know damn well you lost it. Win round 3. Cry after the 29-28 decision. Gotta love it. Love being a Che Guevara fan. It's great.
dude, to me, it's so frustrating just watching him on the screen. I'm like, bro, just move, like fucking like push forward, like push it. I don't know what it is. I think he's got this like fatigue, or like he's got like his coach apparently Jason Peralta or whatever his name is. He was talking to Michael Bisping and was saying that he's just got too much like fame and too much comfort, like way too soon, so he doesn't have that like hunger. But when he was hungry, man, he was fun to watch because the way he kicked Dominic Cruz in the face, that was insane. And that whole fight he was losing up until that point as well. There's other fights as well that he was losing with the Eddie Alvarez fight. Or not, was it? No, not Eddie Alvarez. I'm butchering the name, but he fought against another vet and then won against him, and he did like a.
He also beat Sean O'Malley.
Well, I don't know. That was kind of a
So
fluke, to be
like,
honest.
yeah, but like he has the potential for greatness. He just doesn't use it.
Yeah.
He might just be in his own head. That's entirely
He's
possible.
so
I'm
in his
not
own
Cheeto
head.
Veras. Yeah.
Yeah. Bro, I would
He
have
could
loved to
just
see
be like, I'm Cheeto Vera, I'm gonna win, and then doesn't win.
what'd you think of David Martinez? Because like, he looked so good in his, previous fights, and then this fight against Cheeto Vera, to me, he didn't even look good, honestly. Like, he looked scared in
Yeah.
that 3rd fight. That 3rd round, he looked really scared.
Oh yeah, because it was in fucked up. He was facing Cheeto Vera like when he puts his effort in there. Like it was. I'm disappointed. I think Cheeto could have. He had the potential to win that fight. He could have won that fight. He arguably should have won that fight. But yeah, man. David Martinez, good win. We'll see you fighting someone in the top 5 very soon. Where you will get slimed out. You are David Martinez is going to be an Aben Zahabi victim. That's probably his next fight. Best of luck to you, brother.
Who do you think they give to Cheeto Vera then next, if they give Amin Zahabi to David Martinez?
Vera, I don't even know, man. Maybe Rob Font if he wins.
I was just gonna say that, yeah. Rob
Maybe.
Font.
I don't even know. I mean, but only if Rob Font wins. If he doesn't, then I don't know. Or he's just gonna get fed to like some prospect. Maybe Rosas if he wins. Maybe like if he goes way down in the rankings, maybe like an Alexandre Deporia. I don't even know. He might just get fed to a prospect at this point because he's lost 4 straight.
Yeah. It's a really bad, like, I don't know, I just thought going to his 4th fight, he's been on a 3-fight losing streak. I thought he would have had some sort of sense of urgency, at least, in this one.
Yeah, you'd think.
Real quick, do you have, do
Yeah,
you wanna keep going? 'Cause,
yeah,
I
we
don't know
could
if you
go
saw
for a little
that
longer.
Imanol Rodrigues versus Kevin Borjas? Bro, Kevin Borjas, like, had Imanol Rodrigues on skates, bro, and it was so incredible in that 1st round, and then somehow, some way, Imanol, like, just goes through it, and apparently, I think he's one of DC's boys, if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah.
and dude, that was an incredible fight. That was like that was one of my favorite fights on the fight card.
Yeah, great comeback win by Imanol. Great prospect. I don't know who I'd match him up with next, but he did fantastic. I can't wait to see his next fight.
Yeah. Have you watched any of the embeddeds?
I'm not. I have not seen any of the embeddeds. I don't really watch them as much. I mean, it's bonus stuff. Like, I don't want to get attached to somebody before they get brutally knocked out, man. Or just like, I don't want to see. If I see any more Oliveira tape, I might cry if he loses. Like, that's the level. Like, I don't want to get too attached to these guys because I know they're just gonna get slimed out horrifically.
Yeah. 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 I know it's hard because like even with me, like I like a big Moreno fan. So even during the fight, like I was like tweeting on X and stuff like that, saying like, "Oh, I think Moreno got round 1," and then everyone was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And then
Yeah,
I
I
even
was like,
like I arguably thought for some reason that like because of the grappling and stuff like that in round 3, 4, and 5 that he possibly won the fight. And I was like, "Oh, this is a 50-50 fight." And then they're like, "Oh no, Kavanaugh like laid him out." And I was like, "Okay." That I could see it that way.
yeah,
I was just wasn't being very objective during the fight because I was like,
yeah.
I was really excited. I
It was
wanted Moreno to
closer to
win.
Yeah. It was closer
Yeah.
to 49-46 than it was 48-47. I could see arguments. I could see giving Moreno those last 2 rounds, but
Yeah. Yeah, but he didn't really do much. Like to be fair, like and then I don't know, his calf just looked so bad. I've never seen a calf look that bad before in a fight. But his calf was like bleeding, bro. Like it was just
cue
swollen,
Joe
bleeding.
Rogan. Those
Huh?
calf kicks are insane, man.
Yeah, dude.
Look how it's swelling up. You know that Benson Henderson was really the first guy to do the calf kick, like to just cue the all the Joe Roganisms.
Bro, is that actually true? Because I heard that's actually not true.
No, people have been doing calf kicks for a long ass time in the UFC. It wasn't just Benson Henderson. Like I don't know why he always brings them up. That's just the running gag at this point. But yeah, and the steel cups. Don't forget steel cups. You got to bring those in there too, so you can work an armbar through it or whatever the fuck Joe Rogan says every time. Sorry, Joe. I'm probably not gonna ever be on your show again, or ever rather. But yeah,
Hey, tell me a little bit more about your fandom with like the UFC and stuff like that. Just like how you kind of got into being a fan of the UFC and sort of that kind of stuff. And like, I think we spoke about it roughly in Houston, but for the people watching on this podcast, just go ahead and like share, I guess, a little bit of that with them.
yeah. The first card I watched was a Gaethje versus Poirier 2, and like that was like the first like when I was really starting to pay attention. I just saw my boy get slimed out horrifically by that head kick, and I was like, ah!
Yeah.
But that whole card got me really in. That was the Jan Blachowicz versus Alex Pereira, great fight. That was that controversial decision. That was the Derek Lewis flying knee. That was Bobby Green versus Tony Ferguson. That was a great fight card, and I've just been hooked ever since. And I've been pouring a lot more of my focus and time and energy into it these last couple years. And I've just become really into it. Always tuning in next week. Always watching the pay-per-views. Really trying to analyze it because I love it, man. The UFC is
Yeah.
awesome.
And who are some of your favorite fighters?
Dustin Poirier is my favorite all time, but he's no longer fighting. He's retired and now an analyst. I think he's going to be an analyst on this next card, so that excites me.
Yeah.
But Yuri Prohaska and Joshua Van are like my two favorites, and I'm excited to see them both on that Miami card. That's super exciting to me. I like Marab a lot too. I like the energy he brings to each fight. I like his out of the cage. I like his Instagram. He's awesome to watch. Dominic Reyes, I like him too. He's a good personality. Curtis Blades is probably my favorite heavyweight at the moment. He's pretty goofy. I follow him. Sometimes check into his Twitch streams. Who else am I rocking with? Lots of fight. I can name them off, but not today. Apparently, it's not coming to me.
No, that's cool. That's cool. Do you trade anything? Like I know your dad trains and stuff.
Unfortunately, not. It just costs too much money, and I don't have it at the moment. But balancing it with classes is
Yeah.
and it's not in the cards for me yet. But I'm hoping I can start training soon.
Yeah. Would you do jiu-jitsu or like what sort of martial art would you choose?
I'd probably start boxing first,
Okay.
if anything. But I'd love to do Muay Thai, Jiu Jitsu, MMA, whatever. I'd love to train anything.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. I did jiu-jitsu for a little bit. I kind of like been in like dabbling in it for like the last probably 10 years, if I'm being honest. I started actually in the UK. That's the first time I heard of it. Because I had this guy who was talking about it where I used to work, and then he was like, "Oh man, I lost all this weight," and I was like, "Oh, cool. How'd you lose all this weight?" And he's like, "Oh, I do jujitsu and stuff like that." And then I went to the gym because he invited me, and that was before I even became a fan of the UFC. But then I watched obviously Connor's rise a little bit, but I was like more of a casual fan, not like an actual hardcore fan at the time. And then when I started to become a hardcore fan was when I watched basically Colby Covington versus Kamaru Usman, the first fight. And that fight card got me hooked because I was like, that fight was so epic. But yeah, dude, Yuri Prochazka is one of my favorites as well, especially that fight with him and Glover Teixeira. Dude,
Yeah,
that fight
banger fight, banger
epic.
fight.
Yeah. That fight every minute just got me on my toes. Like I was thinking like every second, like, dude, this guy's gonna get knocked out, this guy's gonna get submitted. Like it was awesome. Yeah, it was a great fight. But yeah, I think my favorite fighters right now are like obviously, a lot of people are upset with Tom Aspinall at the moment for the eye poke and stuff like that. I really like Tom Aspinall. I'm also like I have like dual nationality, British and UK, British and US as well. So I love like Tom Aspinall, and I kind of like ride hard for like the UK fighters. So like Loner Kavanagh, I should have
Yeah.
been more of a fan, but I didn't realize he was from the UK. Um, but yeah, I'm not a big fan of Leon Edwards. I just
Oh yeah.
think he's a
He's
little bit of a
no, fuck
no
no.
personality. Yeah. But I love, Lerone Murphy. I like him a lot,
Yeah,
and, yeah. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it for me. What else
that's
you got going
awesome.
on?
No, I was gonna say I gotta get going. Rather,
Yeah,
I didn't realize the time.
yeah,
But
no
yeah, I think we covered some great points today. I'm super excited for this next upcoming card. Oliveira versus Holloway. Gonna be a banger fight. Can't wait to tune in. Yeah, I'm excited for it.
yeah, and for those of you who are watching this for the first time, or if you're like a repeat follower as well, thank you for your support. We have 39 subscribers at the moment. We want to get more and more, so go ahead and like, subscribe, and do leave your comments down below. I know we say it and people don't actually leave it, but a lot of you who are watching the videos at the moment are not subscribed, so go ahead and subscribe. And we're going to be putting out more content more frequently, and doing these matchups and stuff like that more often, and talking about them as well. But if you liked what you saw today, feel free to go ahead and subscribe. And thank you for your time.
Yeah, we appreciate you so much. Thank you.
Cheers.